Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wiregrass Haunts. I am your host, Mr. Stan Fikes. My co-host is flying around out there somewhere, so I'm not real sure where he's at. Mr. Shawn Gregory. When he gets in, he'll ring me up, so we'll bring him on as soon as he gets in. Guys, we've got a great show lined up for you. We have a team, awesome team, out of Milton, Florida. Shadow Chasers. These guys are just awesome. I looked at some of their stuff on Facebook and stuff like that. That y'all going to enjoy listening to these guys' story. We have some interesting stuff coming up as far as web paranormal. January kicks off our investigative time. You know, we generally take December off. To be with family and for the holidays and that type of thing. But January, we have 9 investigations set up just for January alone. We have it's a local haunt. The first one probably will be Columbia Manor. It's a haunted house, but it's really haunted. We've investigated it one time before and found some interesting stuff. And I don't normally say things are haunted, but this one here will give you chills. So everybody stay tuned for that. We're going to be doing some Facebook Lives and that type of thing. But we have several other things in January. We are working towards one of our big ones for the year, and we just confirmed it. We're going to be at the USS North Carolina battleship. We'll be doing that investigation June 15th. That's going to be an awesome thing. That I grew up in that town. That boat is big. It takes a while to go through it. It's probably, well, it's almost twice as big as the USS Alabama if you've ever been there. It's an awesome boat. So look forward to that. And we have a whole bunch of stuff in the middle. And then, of course, we move into our fundraisers and stuff for the year. So y'all just watch our Facebook page and our website and things like that for any notifications that y'all can get in. We're going to do a live ghost hunt with interaction from you guys. I'll let y'all know a little bit later next year when that's going to happen. We're going to be comparing old school ways to new school ways. So that ought to be really interesting. Everybody will have an input, and you'll be able to watch it as it happens. And we might have a few surprise guests. You never can tell. But anyway, right now that's all I have. And since Shawn's not here, we are going to go ahead and bring in our guest. Everybody, welcome in Shadow Chasers. Guys, are you there?
Hey, we're here.
Awesome. So let's start off with an introduction of each one of you guys. Sarah, if you want to do it, or if each one wants to do it, I just need to know a name and your role within the group to start with.
Okay, well, what I think I'll do, Stan, is I'll let each one of the members of the group that are with us tonight, the 5 that are here, we're the core founders of the group. So I will start saying that my name is Sarah White, and I'm the first founder of the group and lead investigator, and I'll pass it off now to the next person.
And my name is Mary Gilliard. I'm an investigator, also do historian work.
Greg Gilliard. I'm an investigator and also the team chaplain and demonologist.
I'm Jonathan Reedling. I'm an investigator and website admin.
I'm Raymond White, and I'm also an investigator.
Okay, that's the 5 that's here with us tonight.
Awesome. Okay, so Sarah, I'm going to start with you. Is that okay, since you're the leader of the pack?
Sure, that'd be fine.
Well, since you're the kind of the one that started off this whole thing, can you give us a little bit of an idea of how that came about, what made you want to get into the paranormal and that type of thing?
Yeah, I've had the group Shadow Chasers. It's had other names, in the past years, but I've been in the paranormal field now for probably 25 plus years. And what started me off was as a young girl, I would see things at night and in my bedroom and in around the house in the yard where I grew up in Pensacola, Florida. And you know how when you're young, you'll tell your parents that you see things, and of course your parents will indulge you and say, okay, and then they'll send you off, to do something else. But I would keep coming back and telling mom and dad, hey, I'm seeing things, and so my mom and dad, kind of figured something was up, and they really didn't believe me until many years later down the road, whenever they started seeing things as I would present it to them, and they've had some things to happen to them too, so made believers out of them many years later. So just having experiences of my own as a child all the way up to I just turned 58 years of age on the 7th of this month. So probably for a better of about 50 years I've had experiences.
Well, happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's cool. It's great to have another birthday. I look forward to it every year, but I'm looking forward to it to pass. So
I don't really look forward to getting older, but it's better than the alternative.
That's right. Every day above ground is a good day. So
That's right.
So the experiences you had when you were a child or when you were young, they obviously have carried over into your adulthood. Do you still have some of the same experiences, or is there one particular one that stands out?
No, they're not the same experiences as far as being able to have an experience over and over again. They're different now as I've gotten older. I know whenever I was younger, there was a reoccurring dream that I used to have all the time that really was unsettling to me. And then I would see things in my room at night, and there was one special mirror that I had as a child that back in those days, it was a small mirror, and on the inside of it had like a little small circular area in the mirror that was actually a light, and that light would come on by itself at night without me turning it on, and I would go get up whenever the light would wake me up from the mirror, then I would get up and go turn it off, and then I'd wake up again just a few minutes later and it'd be back on again. So just different things like that down through my childhood. Too many stand to really put my finger on one thing. Things have really just, I don't know, it's just the gift that I've had that God gave me, that I was born with, that the insight that I believe that I've been able to see things all my life and experience things. I guess I'm one of the blessed ones, as you can say, that actually can see things and feel things of that nature. Everyone on this team is a blessed person in that aspect.
So do you find since you're a sensitive person, do you find when you go on investigations now, does that get in your way in any way, or do you just kind of embrace that knowledge that you gather from that?
It depends. I embrace the knowledge that I get whenever we go on an investigation, but it just depends on the individual case. I tend to get pretty emotional, and things tend to kind of get in the way, as you would say, if there's a child involved, because I'm very, very sensitive to children. And being a grandmother and a mother myself, children are my heart. And anytime there's a young child that's involved in any case where that child's being tormented or, troubled by seeing something or scared of something, then that's whenever the empathic side tends to get muddled a little bit, and I get a little bit emotional. So being a sensitive of that nature, it's hard sometimes.
So the emotion that you encounter from, like you said, with the children and investigations like that, that emotion, does it cloud your ability to be able to use your gift on the investigation?
If I allow it to, it can. If I become too emotional, I have to kind of, distance myself a little bit. If I get too emotional, I'll have to take a break. I'll have to tell the team I got to take a break here. I got to step back for a few minutes. I got to reconnect myself with everything. So it can, if you allow it to. It depends on how the depth of the sensitivity that you have. I've been around some people that are extremely sensitive and extremely empathic of that nature, and then I've been around some that, things like that, it didn't bother me. I think it depends on how deep you go with the empathy.
So can you turn that on and off, if you will?
No. I wish I could. I wish I could. There's times that I really wish I could. I can go out in public with my husband or my family to eat and be totally okay. Day's been a good day. And then if I get in a crowd in a restaurant where there's some people there that, are having difficulties or having problems in their life, then I start picking up on things, and it will get so bad on me, I have to get up and I have to go outside and either eat fast and leave, or either go outside or go to the restroom just to clear my thoughts. It can get crazy.
Wow, that would kind of make you want to stay at the house, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
with me.
But if you do, you can't do that, because if you do, then you close yourself off and you become a recluse. So you just have to get out there and you have to deal with things. Sometimes it's hard. Some days I do not want to talk to people. I do not connect with people, and I stay secluded. That's the days that I'm really feeling things, and I'll pick up things in the atmosphere. Like 9/11, when that happened, I knew like 2 days before that something major was going to happen. And I started telling the family something bad is going to happen. Even one of my son's friends from high school, he came to me and told me he was going into the military. And I begged that young man not to go, because I told him, I said something very drastic was fixing to happen. And 2 days later, 9/11 happened.
Wow, that's impressive. So when you do go out and you do encounter this activity, if you will, is there a way that you kind of shake that off, or you cleanse yourself, or just kind of getting rid of the dust, so to speak?
Yeah, I come home, and normally if I have sage, which I try to keep that on hand all the time, I'll either sage myself, or either if I don't have that, then I'll go in and draw a hot bath and do a salt bath and just cleanse myself of the extra karma, the cosmic funk, as I call it, from everything out in the atmosphere.
I like that word, cosmic funk. Yeah, I'm going to have to remember that.
That's exactly what it is. It's cosmic funk. I mean, you can, if you're a sensitive and you're out in public like that, you can feel it. I felt it